This book is called If I Could Drive an Ambulance. It's a cooperative venture from the Tonka company that makes toy trucks and Scholastic books. If I Could Drive an Ambulance was written by Michael Teitelbaum. The illustrations were handled by Tom LaPadula, Isidre Mones, and Marc Mones. And the dedication of the book is a very important one. It says, for EMT workers, past, present, and future. EMT stands for Emergency Medical Technicians. Heroes all. Special thanks to Peter Oricchio for giving freely of his time and expertise. My name is Peter. I love trucks. When I play with my toy ambulance, I pretend that I'm a real ambulance driver. I imagine that I'm racing through the streets. My emergency lights are flashing and my siren is blaring. What if I could drive an ambulance? I would rush emergency medical treatment to sick or injured people, and then I'd drive them to the hospital as fast as I could. I'd wait in my spot for an emergency call to come in over the ambulance radio. My spot is on Northern Boulevard. Every ambulance has two people. My partner is named Dina. We are both trained emergency medical technicians, EMTs, that's what we're called for short. Someone has called 911 to report an emergency. A dispatcher, that's the person who got the call, contacts the ambulance driver closest to the emergency. That's me. A woman has fallen and hurt her leg. I have to get her quickly but safely. I use my lights and siren to let other drivers know I'm in a hurry. Cars pull over and let me pass. I have to be careful to slow down at red lights and stop signs. The ambulance dashboard has switches to control the lights and siren. I also have a computer that provides me with information. It tells me about the injured woman, and it gives directions so that I can reach her quickly. When we arrive, Dina hurries to the injured woman to give her first aid. She will check to see how bad the injury is and what treatment the woman needs. Meanwhile, I open the back of the ambulance. We have lots of equipment. There is a stretcher here that we use to carry the injured person. We have first aid supplies like bandages so that we can help if the person is wounded. And we also have oxygen in case the injured person needs help breathing. Dina tells me that the woman has broken her leg. We pull out a stretcher. We carefully help the injured woman onto the stretcher, then we gently place the stretcher into the ambulance. Dina rides in the back to make sure the injured woman is all right. I drive quickly to the nearest hospital. At the hospital, doctors and nurses take over. They'll take good care of the injured woman. I would help lots of people if I could drive an ambulance. The end. If you love playing with trucks and know about other Tonka trucks, there are quite a few books you can find. Books that are similar to this one. Books like If I Could Drive a Bulldozer, If I Could Drive a Crane, If I Could Drive a Dump Truck or a Fire Truck or a Loader or a Mixer. That's what these books are. And if you're really interested in the kind of wonderful work that people do driving ambulances, there are other books about that. Here's one called At the Wheel, I Want to Drive an Ambulance by Henry Abbott. You could find that book. This book has been If I Could Drive an Ambulance. The author was Michael Teitelbaum. The cover illustration was done by Tom LaPadula, and the illustrations on the inside of the book were by Isidre and Marc Mones.